What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Grace Speaks, a Grace Church podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Mike Vecchio. I'm one of the associate pastors here at Grace and one of your co-hosts.
And I'm Katia Gonzalez. I do the live stream and some media here at Grace. Yep.
And I'm Alexa, and I'm director of women's ministry and the coordinator of communications, so all that stuff.
And with us, we actually have a first-time guest here on this podcast.
Yes. So my name is Janice, and I am the children's ministry coordinator here, and also at this time of year, I'm the VBS director.
She absolutely is, and you just heard her say that she's the VBS director, and at the time, actually, we're recording this, we have just gotten off a full week of VBS.
Yes.
We're at the end of day 5.
Just finished cleaning.
The feet are throbbing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Brain's
Time
not
sitting
working
for the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
First time sitting. I think I've already gotten 10,000 steps in. I think I got them in before noon. So we've been just doing a ton of stuff all week. And really, this is going to be our recap of the week, and even a little promo for children's ministry, because Janice runs a great children's ministry here at Grace.
She does.
And this is our highlight program of sort of the church as a whole. So basically, we're just going to jump right into it. We're just going to talk about our favorite moments this week at VBS. So whoever wants to go ahead first, what did we do this week, and what was the best part?
So I think there's a lot of best parts, honestly. But for me, what blows me away and the best part is how the volunteers come together in such an amazing way. Their excitement, their enthusiasm, the energy, and it just blows me away every time. The volunteers, it supercharges me. I don't even know how many people came to me and said, I took a vacation day on Monday. Can I come and help? Yes. I can only be here Friday. I have the day off of whatever. I'm like, yes, come and volunteer. So we not only minister to the kids that come here, but I feel like the volunteers itself is its own ministry. And they're not all Grace kids. They're kids that maybe are just looking for community service hours or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like, of course, in a very safe way, we don't let anyone hear that we don't want help.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel like it's really an outreach, and especially for the youth age, the teenagers, they come because a friend said, oh, this is really cool, you should come. And they think they're going to play games all week. You know what? They get to hear the gospel, and they're going to learn something too. So
plus they get into all the motions for the songs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
The songs get stuck in your head.
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. The one girl that was on the worship team this year, I'm just watching her today going, her energy level is insane.
I know who you're talking
they
about.
I know
really
exactly
do.
what you're talking about.
And I asked her last night after the family night, I said, you're just going to be laying in bed, doing all the motions all night long. She goes, oh, yeah.
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 It becomes ingrained in you.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. You go to sleep singing it, and you wake up singing it. So that's
Oh, yeah. The
part of
songs
it.
have definitely been stuck in my head. The main song, Twists and Turns one, has been living in my brain this whole week.
And the part that has the memory verse in it.
Oh, yeah.
That Matt and I were singing that to each other for the past 2 days.
Yeah.
And eyes getting wider every time we sing it. So it's fully ingrained in us at this point. And to your point about the volunteers, being the pastor of student ministries here, I love to see how many youth students took the time throughout the entire week to volunteer here, and they all did a fantastic job. Whether they were on the worship team, whether they were a crew leader or anything like that, they really make connections with these kids, because I see them, to give a piggyback ride to the kids in and out of the sanctuary. So these kids care, they care about these kids, and these kids care about them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure being with Club 56, we were able to do sort of our own thing this year, but I'm sure as they were doing crafts, having snacks, playing games and everything like that, those relationships continue to build and memories continue to be made. So I was, if you're listening to this and you have a youth student that's in our youth ministry that volunteered this week, we are super proud of them, and we're super proud that they put themselves aside and really focused on, the bettering of these kids and their relationships with God. They put that at the forefront of what they needed to do this week, which was awesome to see.
Yeah, and some years we have minor issues, if you
Mm-hmm.
will, with some of our volunteers. They're going the wrong direction or they're
Mhm.
goofing off or whatever.
Mhm.
We didn't have that.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was just like a really stellar year for.
Like they
For
knew what
the-
they were doing,
Yeah.
had their kids in
Well-oiled
line.
machine.
But they
Yeah.
just.
Right.
But I really think because they just really wanted to be here and they
Yeah.
had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good to see.
Well,
Should
VBS
we-
is so fun.
Should we explain like the theme for this year for those
Oh,
listening
yeah,
that
we
just
should
like
totally do
don't
that.
know?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So every year there's a theme at VBS, and this year the theme was
The theme was twists and turns this year. So
Mhm.
we were talking about, the main point of this VBS theme was, following Jesus
Mhm.
changes the game, and really it boiled down to following Jesus changes everything.
yes.
And we did so many things involved with that theme in terms of just games, board games, handing out prizes, everything under the sun. And we even had
Crispy bacon.
Game show time with Crispy Bacon, which was so much fun.
Which was Mike.
Yeah.
Which was me. And it's so funny because you think, or maybe early on in the week, if you don't get like the response that you're looking for, like it might be falling on deaf ears or it might not be as effective. But today, actually, someone came up to me and said, "Can you give this to Crispy Bacon?" And it was a piece of bacon in a bag,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
which was
amazing.
awesome.
I thought you were
And-
kidding about that.
No, it was
No,
real.
it was real.
No, it was real. And I ate
saw
that piece of
I
bacon.
saw it.
Was
you
it
ate
good?
it?
Oh, yeah, it was.
You
Why,
ate it?
why wouldn't I?
I don't know.
You were supposed to give it to Crispy Bacon.
And I did, and he as
enjoyed
ate
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But things like that, and involving the parents in games on Thursday night was super fun. And again,
Yeah, that was an intense game of musical chairs.
I swear, like some of those parents were throwing elbows, like they really were. And
Yeah.
I saw when the final two parents were up, I saw one of the parents put their hand on the back of the chair almost to try to pull it away, and I'm like, if they pull that, I'm yanking them right off the stage.
They're playing a little dirty. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they were.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
was-
it
there
was
was-
so funny.
There was one parent in the middle of everything, like constantly seeming like pushing people off. I'm like, they're playing no games up here.
Yeah. So
Um,
Thursday night in VBS week is we call it our family night. So
Yes.
that's where like the kids get to come back in the afternoon and bring their entire families, their parents, cousins, whoever, and get to kind of get a glimpse of what they've been learning all week, the games, the songs. It's really cool. That was one of my favorite nights.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
super fun.
It
Yeah.
was fun.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah.
yeah, and the fact that so for those of you who also don't know, Alexa, Katya, and I were involved, along with Katya's husband Matt, were counselors for Club 56 this year,
Yeah.
and we were able to spend time with everybody.
And
who's-
what's Club 56?
Club 56 is, man, I really
Good
need to
call,
start
yeah.
explaining some things.
Yeah.
Club 56 is for anybody, any student who is either in or going into 5th and 6th grade.
Yep.
So
It's the cool kids.
It's
Yes.
the cool kids. It's
The older kids.
but what we were able to do was we were able to take them, into another part of the church. We took them to another part of one of the parsonages that we own as a
They
church. here
were
at
they were
Grace.
separate from like all the
Yeah.
younger kids.
Right.
They got to
And-
do their own things.
Yeah.
Like today we did like duck hunt where we had to find all of the ducks. We had like 100 ducks
yeah,
and
on
Yeah.
the third floor.
we think we got them all.
We think.
Might be missing like 10.
So
So,
if you find a duck on the third floor,
you can keep
Yeah,
it.
if
Yes.
you're doing like a small group right there or a Bible study and you find a duck, like
Good memories.
good memories,
Yeah.
and you can also keep it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we did, for our crafts, for today, we did picture frames and we took Polaroids of them for them to keep as memories. And,
Yeah.
and it's funny because some of the students went around and were like, "Can you sign this? Can you sign this?
Oh,
Can you sign
yeah.
this?" And
it was really cute.
Yeah.
It was really nice because they wanted to remember everybody that was there, whether it was
Mhm.
us as counselors or whether it was the students that were with them.
It felt like yearbook day. Or
Yeah.
like,
100%. 100%.
Like
So
hags.
sweet. Yeah.
Have a great summer.
Hags. Or Haws. Have a wonderful summer.
Oh yeah,
So, just memories like that are being made throughout the week
yeah. Mm-hmm.
are just, it's always special. I've been able to do VBS for the past 3 years, and every year it just keeps getting better and better with
Yeah.
the amount of involvement that we have and the amount of students who buy in to what we're doing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I love VBS. Like I grew up coming here, so I grew up going to VBS
Yeah.
here. Like so I was one of the kids and then I grew up and got to be a counselor. Then I got to do now I'm part of Club 56 and it's just so fun to see it through all the stages and all the different themes for each year. Like I would say probably this one's one of my favorites because I have a soft spot for video games. So
100%.
the fact that there was like a video game
Little
element,
nerd side of you,
yeah, my
yeah.
little nerd side was like, yes, video games.
Yeah, and even so, like the stage design,
Oh, it was
you
amazing.
wouldn't
You did a
be able
great
to tell
job.
that
Yeah.
it
It
was
was
like the
great.
same campus.
Yeah.
Because when we finally took everything down, I knew we were staring at it for a week, but I was like, it's so,
So
empty.
bare.
It's so empty.
Right?
And
We
yeah.
really filled it up with
You
stuff.
did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
you
was
guys
great.
did a wonderful job.
Yeah, like the little arcade game of Pac-Man. Love that
Mhm.
touch.
Yeah.
So good.
Yep.
Pinterest.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Great
free
idea.
plug for Pinterest.
Yeah.
Free
Yeah.
plug. So also for the co-host of this podcast, we were actually able to also be involved in some behind the scenes things as
Oh,
well
yeah,
for VBS in
Yeah.
terms of filming videos
Planning.
for Swordquester, for planning.
Yeah.
Sword Quester was the theme of the story that the kids got to watch
Throughout the week.
Throughout
yeah.
the week.
Yeah.
So there was 4 kids,
Which was us.
Which was us.
Which was us, yeah.
Spoiler alerts.
And Matthew.
And Matthew.
Yeah.
And we were sucked into a video game,
Mhm.
and we had to find our way out of the video game by solving puzzles and trusting Sir Calaberry, who
Yeah.
was the knight that was supposed to lead us out.
Yeah.
And I really liked last
Mhm.
night because we showed a video clip, like the story progressed every day, but seeing it all
Like
in
together.
one night
Yeah.
was kind of fun just to see them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that so of course we had so much fun, seeing everybody's reactions, but also we had a ton of fun filming it too.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Because there were multiple points where we just went into laughing fits about what was going on. Even so in the beginning of the skits they show the title screen, which is basically our characters just like bouncing back and forth and hitting a pose.
Mhm.
Took us about a half hour
I think that was
to
the
get a
hardest.
5-second clip.
I think that was the hardest part for us. Like I
It
think we
was.
like we did all the other scenes like
It
super
wasn't our
easy.
lines.
So
It
does
wasn't
that mean
the
that you're
acting.
not all coordinated?
Oh,
It means
gosh.
I'm not coordinated, James.
Well,
Claim
no,
it,
I
girl.
also
Claim it.
I also went the wrong way at one point.
I
Matthew
couldn't
went
get
the
my
wrong way at one
sword
point.
into the hilt, so I changed my pose because, like, the first couple of times I was like,
Yeah.
I can't get it back in the hilt in time.
Yeah, it was just a whole mess of stuff going on. But filming it I think we filmed it over the course of 2 days.
It was 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 days. It was just so much fun. And we'll have memories of making those videos and,
Yeah.
and seeing every kid, watching it, calling out their responses
Yeah.
to whether we should keep going and listen to Sir Calaberry or whether we should go a different direction. It's
Mhm.
the interactive part of it that really sells it and that
Mhm.
really makes it like special. Because if nobody says anything, then it's like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
did we do this for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're all like saying, "No, follow him," or "No, go your own direction," like that's what really
Yeah.
sells it, and that's what really makes it worth it.
So a little bit of backstory in that, and I think the kind of the
Mhm.
planning part is really cool because we did a debrief a year ago from last year,
Right.
and the feedback that we talked about,
Mhm.
and Lori Schneider, who was our teacher last year,
Shout out to Miss
also-
Lori.
Shout out to Miss Lori.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so also did the Bible teaching from stage and just did a lot of that, and it was a lot more stressful for her. So she wanted to have a producer.
Mhm.
So she became the producer this year and then had Jeff and Terry, be the teachers. But so what we said a year ago was, let's do video teachings. Let's
Right.
do like all of the thoughts that we had at that table actually came
Yeah.
through.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they all came
Yeah.
to life.
Yep.
And I think that made a big
Mhm.
difference too, because we kind of had a plan, and I was worried about all of everybody's work schedule and
Mhm.
all the filming. Kati, that had a lot on your plate,
It's
so
okay.
really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it just came together, and the theme, I don't even know if we knew what the theme was when we planned that.
Yeah, to do the videos and
I don't
stuff.
think
No,
we did.
I don't think we
I
did.
think we were just like, we need video content.
Right.
And even like this year, I was like, I felt like everything went more smoothly
Mhm.
because there was like, not buffer time, but just like, yeah, you just click on the video. The kids are all paying attention. And
Yep.
whatever's the next game or song that we have to do, like the teams could get ready for that.
Yes.
It was great.
It
Yeah.
was engaging. So
Yeah.
I just appreciate the planning.
Yeah.
We'll do a debrief in a couple weeks for this year, but
Yeah.
it's like exciting to see. Okay, so
Yeah.
what can we do different next year
Yeah.
I'm already
to make it even
Yeah,
better?
we
Right?
were already
Yeah.
looking up what next year's theme
You
is.
did it. You can't cheat.
Oh,
Those are
Don't say it.
Official story points.
Don't
Everyone
tell
does
on
it.
We
air.
won't share.
Those
No,
are lines
anyone
from
else.
the.
Don't share.
No, we can't.
We won't share. You have to
No.
find out.
But I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
possibilities.
I'm very excited.
So many people are hitting Google right now.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
do it. Don't do it. Be
Yeah.
You
surprised.
better not cheat. Or
Be
we'll find you.
surprised.
We'll find out where you are.
But Alexa, you said like your involvement growing up here
Mhm.
and being
Yeah.
part of it.
Mhm.
That is to me like the cool part of watching the
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
come to VBS as campers. And I don't know if I can name his name, but mom just had a memory pop up on her Facebook yesterday of her
Mhm.
son got baptized, and his testimony is, I accepted the Lord at VBS.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he was a camper. He was a counselor this year.
Oh,
He's
that's
out of high school.
amazing.
He's in,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
going to school and working. He came, between jobs
Yeah.
and stuff, and put that aside so he can be a counselor this
Oh,
year.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So that to me is like, and there's more. Like it's not
Mhm.
just one young man that's doing that.
Right,
There's
yeah.
multiples, and
Yeah.
that to me is like the fruit, if
Yeah.
you will.
Right,
Like
yeah.
that's my it
Yeah.
to see that happen. And
Yeah.
if we can, I don't know, just be an influence and
hmm
those memories that they're making.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important for your involvement, Mike, just to draw in those 5th and 6th graders. So we put a plug in the drop off between elementary and high school.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's really important
Yeah.
to keep
Mhm.
them and to draw them in. And
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. And speaking of the plug for student ministries, youth ministry, and all that, it's funny because on Water Day on Tuesday, we were sort of doing our own thing over at one
Oh,
of
we
the
did
church
battleships.
parsonages. We did like human
Human
battleship
battleships.
where we put a
With a-
tarp on
yeah.
top of a volleyball net and we're just sort of launching water balloons over to the other
Yeah.
side. And of course, if it hit someone, they were out and then, they got drenched with water. Then all of a sudden, I see my associate coordinator of student ministries, Matt Gonzalez, call all the 6th graders going into 7th grade.
Yep.
And he calls them all over, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I go, I continue to play. And our dance we learned this year is the church clap. So he decides to throw in a little play on words, and he goes, all right, guys, we learned the church clap this morning. Now it's time to do the church slap. Get him. And I see every Club 56 member sprinting after me with a water balloon. And I was like, no way, this man turned on me like that. So all of a sudden, I run to the corner of the fence, of the corner of the yard, and I can't get out because they all corner me. And I scrunch up and try to shield myself.
Brace
and
yourself.
I get pelted with the largest amount of water balloons I've ever been hit with in my life. And, it's stuff like that is like, of course, it hurts in the moment, but like it's so fun to look back on because those kids who come into 7th grade in the fall is like, I remember that. Like I
Right,
remember that.
Yeah,
From
they're gonna
VBS.
remember
I
pelting you
remember-
with water balloons.
I remember pelting.
Yeah.
I remember assaulting you with water.
Yeah.
yeah.
balloons. But it's all that kind of stuff that just sort of warms your heart and it's like, oh man, you remember that? Like that's so nice.
Mhm.
So definitely, I love doing that. And I love, running Club 56 with these guys. And, like I said, year after year, it's getting better and better with our involvement, with how much we're involved in the planning and the communication and, laying it all out there. And it's really fun to do like year in and year out. And even though, we're tired at the end of the week, like 100% worth it.
It's a good
Oh, yeah.
tired. It's a
It's a
good
good
tired.
tired.
Yeah.
Like I'm energized, but I'm also exhausted. Like
I
that
just
kind of
tell
thing.
myself like I could take a nap and drink some more coffee. I'll be good.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fine. I'll be shaking a little bit, but it's okay.
Maybe some Advil. I don't know.
And to those kids who say, can't you do it for one more week? I'm like, oh, buddy, that would be fun, but no.
There was a couple of people be like, why do we do it for a week? And I was like, well, that's just the program, but it's really fun week, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's so fun. Like if we're doing a skit or we're doing a game time,
Mhm.
it's so fun for people to come up. Since I took on the persona of Chris P. Bacon this year, young students were coming up to me and saying, "Hey, Chris P. Bacon," and I sometimes gave into it. I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" when I didn't have my outfit on, but other times I was just like, what do you mean? I'm not Chris P. Bacon. Like, that's another guy. Like, he's wearing a huge hat. He's wearing a tie that doesn't match his shirt. So, like, that part of it is really fun, too. Again, to sort of see them, gravitate towards you in that way of the game time that you're doing, or like the character that you're playing as well, is really, again, I keep saying fun to see and like warms your heart, because it really just does do that. Like there's no other way to describe it other than like it fills you up. So like all that tired feeling that that you're feeling, you are filled up by that, by the fact that you're changing a kid's life for one way or the other.
Yep. And that's good to watch. Like there's so, like, I'm going to go back to the volunteers, because it's not just crew leaders. It's whether somebody just brought a plate of cookies for the volunteers.
Yeah, thanks for bringing all that stuff too.
Yes.
For the volunteers.
Shout out to those people.
So delicious.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Kept us going.
Those brownies in the morning really saved my life.
Yes. And I mean, the list is never ending of the jobs and the roles that were Lori with her teaching the kids sign language, even though she was never here. She did the video, and the kids, like, they're going to remember that and retain that.
We had our kids do it for, to do the sign language and the verse, so they could like get a prize and stuff. And they were all like, they got the sign language down. And it was really cool to like see like, oh wow, you've been like learning and watching. And that was all thanks to Miss Lori being able to do that video and stuff.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah. So many good memories of VBS. I love VBS. I really do. It's such a fun week, and it's such a fun thing to be a part of, whatever role you play, like bringing the volunteers food, or setting it up, or just like praying for VBS for the whole week.
Yes.
Like, thank you for that too. Like, it's just like, it's all a team effort, and it really is awesome to see it all like come together, and to see the kids like hear about Jesus and see them grow in their faith or understanding of it, and then just seeing the relationships that are formed even with the kids, and how they're all like so excited to just see each other each day too. It's just like so awesome.
So if you missed it this year, I mean, sorry you weren't with us. Mark your calendar for next year.
Oh,
It starts July 29th.
July 29th.
Right.
Okay, you have heard it here first.
I'm not looking at my calendar, but I think that's the week, July 29th.
So save that date for next year, 2024, VBS.
We'll be waiting.
We'll be expecting you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We'll be here.
Yes, we will.
With the theme being something that you'll have to find
I thought you were about to say it.
No, I wasn't going to say it.
should
Come
be
on.
announced.
I'm not a spoiler.
It'll be announced.
So, Janice, you have earned a quite hefty vacation.
Yes.
And a nice trip for yourself.
It was amazing what you guys did, what your team did, all of them. Like, it was really fun.
I'm that really is a team. Like,
yes.
It's not me. It's not any one person. It's a lot of people.
Yes.
We had over 90 volunteers.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Do you know how many kids we had in total?
We had about 190 registered.
Wow. Nice.
20-ish in preschool.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So not everybody came every day.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
It always felt full, I'll say.
100%,
Yeah, feeling full, right?
I mean, I know in Club 56 consistently we had like 34 to 37 kids.
Yeah.
So they were
A lot.
a bunch of goofballs, but they're so much fun to be around.
Yeah, they were good.
They were good.
Yeah, so Janice, if anybody wants VBS information, where can they contact you?
Yes.
Janice at GraceForFamilies.com.
Janice at GraceForFamilies.com. You heard it here first,
Yeah,
folks.
and you can get involved in children's ministry, not just with VBS too. So and if you want to find out more about that, you can reach out to Janice at GraceForFamilies.com.
There you go.
Yes, because just as much fun. I mean, we don't have all the bells and whistles on a Sunday morning, but you still get to be relational and build those memories and the relationship with the kids on Sunday morning.
Yeah,
So
I still remember my Sunday school teacher. So like you definitely get to build that relationship too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when this is airing, but August 16th is our Water Day.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So that's always a fun event.
And what campus is that?
That's at the Netcon campus, 10 to 2.
Yeah.
And we have a big slide and a medium slide. So covers.
Can I come?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So
I love that.
I will challenge you.
Ooh.
Only if you come to ride the slide.
Oh, I'll come to ride the slide 100%.
Armin always rode the slide.
Oh, 100%.
So
I love that.
You can't show him up. Yeah. You have to.
Oh, no. I know. I rode the slide last year.
You did.
So
That's right.
I
You did.
will 100% come and do it.
Do it again.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. I expect to see you there then.
Oh, you will let it be known here, you will see Mike Vecchio at Children's Ministry Water Day.
Okay.
Love it.
So you just got a lot of children's ministry dates. So if you need more information, you can check out the Times of Grace or
Yes.
our app, or you can reach out to Janice for more. Or if you want to get plugged in, also reach out to Janice. But
Yeah.
this has been a really fun VBS week. We're excited for next year. So
Yes.
if you want to find out all about that stuff, they'll just have to wait for next year, I guess.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for the reveal.
Yes.
Yep. Coming soon.
Yep.
Ish. Next year.
Just be on the lookout. Just be on the lookout, everyone.
You'll know when VBS is coming.
Well, thank you, Janice, for sharing
Yeah.
and
Thanks
all
for
that you
inviting
do.
me.
Yeah.
Of course.
And, you know, thanks for you guys' involvement. Couldn't have done
Oh, yeah, it was
without
so
you.
fun.
Yes.
So,
Super fun.
all right, guys. So that has been the latest episode of Grace Speaks, a Grace Church podcast, and we will see you soon.
Yes. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.